Hello everyone, welcome to this online and digital classroom. My name is Roshan, your geography teacher, and you're here in this channel Learn Geography with Roshan. So today in this video we shall discuss about the ocean currents. In the previous videos we discussed about the introduction of the hydrosphere, tides and ocean currents. We also discussed about the factors that affect the movement of the ocean currents. So here we will be discussing about the few examples of warm ocean currents and the cold ocean currents. So let's start. Ocean currents. Ocean's currents of the Atlantic Ocean. Let's see first about the ocean currents of the Atlantic Ocean. The first one is the north and south equatorial currents. The ocean currents that are found nearby the equatorials. Both the side, north side and the south side, are known as north and south equatorial ocean currents. They are also found in the Pacific Ocean. So they also will be known as north and south ocean currents. To the north and south of equator, there are two westward moving currents, that is the north and south equatorial currents. These currents derive their energy mainly from the trade winds and blow from the northeast and the southeast in the northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. So what happens nearby the equatorial region, they are mainly affected or they are mainly led by the trade winds in the north, in the northern hemisphere, and in the south equatorial currents will be blowing from the southeast. This is due to the effect of the trade winds. Because the deflection created by the rotation of the earth, this also due to the deflection created by the rotation of the earth, that is Coriolis force. These currents move to the west. Between the westward flowing currents, there is a weaker current flowing in opposite direction known as equatorial counter current. Equatorial counter current means the trade winds that move from the equator and the westerlies that help them to return them back from the Tropic of Cancer, that is known as equatorial current, equatorial counter current. That will be coming opposite of that towards the equator. The north and south equatorial currents pile water up against the western coast of South America, and because of the trade winds are weak along the equator, some of the piled up water flows back downhill, that is eastward, creating the counter current. So what happens when the equatorial currents, north and south equatorial currents, move towards the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn? So due to there are some piling of they form piling up, that means they accumulate in the one places. So there are some ocean currents that return back towards the equator, that is known as the counter current, that is flowing downhill or eastward, that is known as counter current. Then we have the Gulf Stream current, that is warm current. The Gulf Stream is the largest of the western boundary currents of the North Atlantic Ocean. Underline this one. It is the largest. It is the largest of the western boundary currents of the North Atlantic Ocean. This is the warm water current which originates in the Gulf of Mexico. This originates in the Gulf of Mexico around 20° north and moves in the northeasterly direction along the eastern coast of North America. So it originates from Mexico around 20° north of latitude and moves towards the coastline of North America. Water within the current is usually warm and blue, often depleted of nutrients and incapable of supporting much life. So due to the warm, the depletion of the nutrients are not found much. So the incapable of supporting life means a fish or all other marine lives are not that much supported by this Gulf Stream. Under the impact of the westerlies, this warm water current reaches the western coast of Europe, that is up to 70° of north latitude. So under the influence of the westerlies, they originate from the 20 degree north latitude and moves towards the coastline areas of the North America and reach up to 70 degree latitude north. The convergence of these warm current with Labrador current, that is cold current, near Newfoundland result in heavy fog. So these the Gulf Stream current converts the meet with the cold current, that is Labrador current, in the place known as Newfoundland. So there, when the warm current and the cold current meet, there will be creation of the heavy fog. It will be result of the heavy fog. Due to that, lot of accident takes place in the navigations, and the ships or the boats that are passing through in the dense fog, the accident takes place. North Atlantic drift, underline this one, it is very important. Warm current. North Atlantic drift is a warm current. Its warm waters are responsible for the moderating the climate of Western Europe. So Western Europe, though it is near to the 70 degree of the latitude, due to the North Atlantic drift, the areas become warm and they do not experience much of the cold as compared to the Canada or North America. So that the winters are less cold than it would otherwise be expected, as this latitude is 70 degree north. So because of the North Atlantic drift, the winters are very less cold. But when we see the 70 degree latitude, it will be extremely cold. But due to this reason, it is less cold. Without this warm current, UK and other places in the Europe would be as cold as Canada at the same latitude. So when we compare with the country Canada, the same latitude, that is 70 degree north. So because of the North Atlantic drift, the European areas are remaining bit less colder. But in the Canada, in the country of Canada, what happens? The cold is extreme. So much cold is found, the snow falls, and the temperature goes below 40 degree Celsius. Then we have the Labrador current. It is a cold current. What is the role of this and importance of this? Let's understand. The Labrador current, an important cold ocean current of North Atlantic Ocean, has its origin in the Arctic Ocean, which flows from north to south between the Greenland and the Baffin Islands, that is Davis Strait. Passing southward, it merges with the Gulf Stream near Newfoundland. So as we discussed, the Gulf Stream ocean currents and the Labrador ocean currents, they meet near by the place name Newfoundland. The average speed of the current is about 28 km per hour. Very slow movement is there. It brings down huge icebergs from the Atlantic Ocean to the eastern coast of Canada, which are hazardous to navigation. So this Labrador current brings huge icebergs, and that causes hindrance for the navigation, that is hazardous to navigation. So you might have heard about the Titanic. The sinking of Titanic is due to this reason. The icebergs are found more because of the meeting of these Gulf Stream and the Labrador current, they meet. So they form a dense fog. Due to this, hazardous to the navigations, the accident may takes place. The convergence of this cold water current with the Gulf Stream near Newfoundland results in dense fog. The merger of these currents, that is, however, considered as most conducive for the fast growth of planktons, which is a feed for fish. So when the warm current and the cold current meet, they are the conducive place, the favorable place for the growth of planktons. What is planktons? Planktons are the feed of the fish. The fish will be getting nutrition, and they will be more amount of fishes will be found in that area. It is because of these favorable conditions, the Grand Bank near Newfoundland has become an ideal fishing ground of the world. Because of these reasons, the meeting place of this Gulf Stream current and the Labrador current, what happens? The place has become ideal for the fishing ground in the world famous fishing ground. There are other currents of the Atlantic Oceans. These are the Canary Current, that is cold current, Brazil Current, that is warm current, Falkland Current, that is cold current, Benguela Current, that is cold current, and South Atlantic Drift, that is also cold current. So these are the few examples of cold currents that is found in Atlantic Ocean. The major ones are North and South Equatorial Current, then the Gulf Stream and the Labrador cold current. And also remember about the North Atlantic Drift. So you can refer the map that is given, world map, the currents of the Atlantic Ocean, and understand thoroughly. Now let's see about the ocean currents that are found in the Pacific Ocean. So the first one, Kuroshio Current, that is warm current. Kuroshio is the most important warm current of the North Pacific Ocean. It develops partly due to the Coriolis force and partly due to the obstruction of the Philippines in the flow of the North Equatorial Current. So it is formed partly due to the Coriolis force and due to the obstruction of the Philippines in the North Equatorial Current. The average surface temperature of these current remains around 18 degrees Celsius. It moves at a speed of about 30 km per day. It keeps the eastern coast of Japan warm even in the coldest month, that is in January. So due to the Kuroshio warm current, the eastern coast of Japan is also remaining bit warm during the month of January or during the cold season, when snowing is frequent in Honshu and Hokkaido. So these are the two islands of two places of Japan. So in the winter seasons they are very snowing. So because of these Kuroshio warm current, they are not found much. An offshoot of Kuroshio current, also known as Tsushima Current, enters into Sea of Japan along the west coast of islands. The relatively warm current of Tsushima Current keeps the western coast of Japan warm. Kuroshio Current is also known as Tsushima Current, and this current is also keeping the western coast of Japan bit warm. So now let's see about the Kurile, or another name is known as Oishio Current. The Kurile Current or the Oishio Current is a cold current. The Kurile Current originates from the Bering Strait and moving southward along the coast of Kamchatka, it touches the island of Kurile, where it is called Kurile Current. It carries cold water and icebergs from the Arctic Ocean to the coast of Kurile, that is Russia, and Hokkaido, that is Japan. So it is also carrying the icebergs from the Arctic Ocean towards Russia and the Hokkaido in Japan. The waters of the Oishio Current or Kurile Current form probably the richest fishery in the world owing to extremely high nutrient content of the cold water and high tides up to 10 meters in some areas. So as we have discussed that when the cold current and the warm current meet, that is the favorable place for the fish. The planktons grow, that is the food for the fish. So here also the warm current is Kuroshio Current and the cold current is Kurile Current. So what happened, these two currents meet here, and that has made this area favorable for the fishing ground, and it is one of the world richest fishery ground in the world. The current also has an important impact on the climate of Russia, Far East, or mainly it is Kamchatka and Chukotka. As two names, also it plays major role for impact of climate, as it balances the temperature. So these were the example of the warm currents and the cold currents. Hope you have understood. And any queries, any doubt is there, please do ask in WhatsApp or comment in the YouTube so that I understand that you are studying something, right? Thank you so much. Have a nice day. I remain.